I'm here with Jared Leto, the one and only lead man of 30 Seconds to Mars. It's a pleasure to speak to you, man.
It's nice to speak to you too, my friend. It's good to be here, and thanks for having me.
Of course, and I have to congratulate you to start the interview, because I had the pleasure and the privilege to already hear your new album, the upcoming album. And it's a great album, man.
Wow, you must know some people, because my mother hasn't even heard it yet. So that's great.
Oh man, I have the connections then. That's a pity for your mother then.
She actually has. But thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're in a new chapter with your brother, because you had some big rock arena statements in the past, but now it's like a more minimalistic approach.
Hip hop band.
Yeah, but how did this come about? This more minimalistic
just
way?
Evolution. I mean, it's been 5 years since we put an album out, and 5 years, a lot changes. You change, your perspective changes, the world changes. This is an album that was born into the early days of COVID.
Of course, yeah.
And the great thing about making music is that you really don't have any rules except the ones that you place upon yourself. So it's important to remember to keep breaking your own rules, and just to do what you're excited about doing.
And that's what you did. And
I did, yeah.
That made a great album. One of the standout singles, the first tune that we also made our 3FM Megahit, is Stuck. It's like a big statement to start. Like, it's been 5 years since the last single. How did you make that decision to choose Stuck as the first song? How did that process go?
Well, thank you, first of all. Second of all, it's cherry season, so
of course, you're good cherries, man.
I was eating some cherries, and I have cherry stems in my fingers. But it's the first single because it has that kind of freedom, that sense of liberation, that feeling of freedom, that sense of liberation, and I think is a good first introduction to this album, to this new era, to this new chapter.
So is it a hard decision to make, because all of the songs are like your favorites, because you made them, to just get out with one when people are not able to hear the rest of the album just yet?
Yeah, I always say that, I love and hate the songs all the same. Some days you hear the promise and you're excited about them, and other days you're depressed and you think they're not good enough anymore, and I throw them out often. But if they survive, then I hope that they're strong enough for the album. And, we wrote a couple hundred songs, and these are the strongest group left. So I hope that people like them.
Yeah, they definitely will. We have to talk about the music.
We have a new song coming out tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow it's going to happen.
I don't know when this airs, but...
It's not going to air tomorrow, but it's already out when you say this.
We have, 2 songs out.
Now, and is that on World on Fire?
It's a song called Life is Beautiful.
Oh, Life is Beautiful.
But it could have been World on Fire.
It's
Maybe
also a great tune.
Should have been.
Yeah, I have to talk about World on Fire, because one of the things I love about that song is the more electronic approach. It's in a lot of songs on this album. And in the past, you've told us about your inspirations, your musical inspirations. A lot of classic rock bands like Radiohead, The Cure was one of the acts you named. Joy Division. What was the music you were listening to when making this album?
Well, I've always loved a lot of different kinds of music. I love soundtracks. I love classical music. I love Christmas tunes.
Yeah, what's your favorite Christmas tune?
You know what I love is I like really, really the oldest ones I could find. Yeah. Of course, Frank Sinatra and all that stuff.
That's great, man.
Bing Crosby and Ella Fitzgerald,
so good.
Eartha Kitt, and those old time voices I really love.
Is that something you can listen to throughout the whole year, or only in the festive season?
No, you can listen to it. You can annoy your friends and listen to it all the time. I can't get enough of it. But World on Fire, it's funny because that's the song that probably feels like 30 Seconds to Mars, because it's got a big giant chorus, but it also has a very electronic element. We've always had electronic elements in our music from the very beginning. From the very first album, we had songs that were mostly electronic, and so that's not really a surprise probably to people that know us well. But my brother also took a big role in producing songs in this album, and World on Fire was one of his babies. So his production on that song really helped push it in a different direction.
Yeah, it's a great production, really sharp. I like that.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Back to Stuck, because we have to talk about the music video. To me, it really feels like a love letter to design. It feels like a love letter to art, to directing, because you directed it yourself as well, to music, of course. It must be so great to actually get all those things together, all those loves, all those passions. Is that something that we're going to see in other music videos, that melting pot of your big passions?
Well, I hope so. I mean, Stuck was really an homage. We shot it actually in Paris over 2 days, and it was a love letter to those things. And also, I was paying tribute to a group of photographers that I loved when I was a kid, that influenced me a lot. And a celebration of a unique cast of characters, really, really fascinating people. But we'll see. I've been thinking about a video idea for an upcoming song. And if you have any good ideas, let me know.
Yeah, we will let them know. Like we said before, the album has a bit more of a minimalistic approach. How will you translate this to the live stage? You already did some shows.
Yeah, we did a couple of shows. We played a short set for BBC Radio 1.
Yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually a disaster because the first day, we landed in London, and then British Air, their computer system broke, exploded. So we couldn't make it to the next part of the trip, which was Scotland. And then all our bags were lost for about 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
But when we got on stage, our equipment started exploding as well, so it was contagious. So we literally had to come back and play the next morning.
Oh, really?
Thankfully, it was a 2-day festival, and they opened the doors early so we could come in and play. And, it was very nice. People got up early, and they came out to see us, and it turned out to be a really good show. But for a second, we all thought we came all the way to the UK and that, we were going to disappoint people and we wouldn't be able to play, but it turned out really good, actually.
Yeah, I love the moment when the fans actually went on stage with you during Stuck.
Yeah.
How has that been? Like the direct response to the new music? That must feel so great, because you told us like a lot of it is written in the COVID time. So
yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and the part that goes bram dam da 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 dam, that actually is the newest part of the song. So it was really exciting to see that being sung back to us.
Yeah, that works great on the festivals. Really cool. Works great on stage.
Yeah.
On your website, you guys have a tool where you can request a place your tour should go next, or maybe should attend.
I've heard about that sort of thing before, but we should, right?
Now you have it actually on your website.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, it's
maybe that's why I've heard about it.
It's one of the first. It's one of the first time I saw it. It was great.
I probably asked for it like 5 years ago, and someone put it up, but I never looked.
I filled it in several times because I would love you guys to come to Amsterdam or any other city in the Netherlands. Is there going to be a European tour in the near future?
Well, let's figure this out first. Where should we play? A Ziggo Dome or somewhere else?
The Ziggo Dome is nice, but maybe the outside
outside
is even nicer,
yeah,
right?
that would be great. That would be great. Yeah, what would be good to play? What's an outdoor spot?
Yesterday there was a show in The Hague from Muse. They did the Mali field. It's like a big field, and the neighbors and the surrounding area actually complained because of the noise. So I think that's a good thing.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So maybe that's for 30 seconds the most ideal place to play, right?
Yeah, that could be good. Piss off the neighbors.
Yeah, piss off the neighbors.
Yeah, that you're not doing it right if you're not pissing off a few neighbors. But we'll definitely be back soon, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, can't wait for that. That are the questions for me, man. Thanks.
Thank you, brother. It's good to see you, and thank you to everybody. 3FM, we love you guys, and we're very grateful for you playing the song. So we can't wait to stand on the stage in your beautiful country and hear everybody bram dam da 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 dam dam.
That's the part we're all waiting for. We can't wait for that.
Me too, brother.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Boom. Thank you.